Patrice,
Yes.
how important is it to understand fundamental techniques of singing?
Extremely important. It's extremely important, and I think that we're like so immersed in all this knowledge, and things are constantly changing and coming out. But I do think in any field or any study, you have the fundamentals. And first and foremost, just to clear up what the word fundamental is, it's the base, it's the foundation, right? So like I always explain that is if you think of building a house, right? You're going to pour in a concrete slab there, and that structure is meant to hold as you build the house, right? As you put up all the wood and the frame, and then you plaster, but that cement there is going to hold it and make it secure, right? So when you think about even that concept there in singing, when you think about breathing and vowels and how you're shaping your mouth and your tongue and your larynx, like those are your core fundamental things. And that's going to build as different styles change and people add more breath into their voice, or different vocalizations or different cool runs you see like happening on TikTok or something like that. Like those can all happen and those can all change, and style changes. Just like a house would change, you know, it's like, ooh, farmhouse style to modern style to the colonial to now we don't want the living rooms in there, we want offices in there. Right? You can think about the same with singing. That it's styles can change, or different things can be added, different things could be learned. We can manipulate things differently, but the foundation is so important. That doesn't change. That really doesn't tend to change. Maybe there's a new trick or exercise that you could do with something, but breath support, right? How you want to be working the tongue, those things are your solids, because it's going to make it really, really hard to do really cool runs or things like that if you're not having those things in place. And so I think it's really hard for people, especially in this like over-consuming world. I totally get it. Like we are just immersed with information all the time. So it becomes really hard for people to stay the ground and to just hone in on those fundamentals, especially in the beginning, because we want to have the cool voice. We want to be able to maybe hit those high notes or do those cool runs there. But so we can want to jump to that and think that going on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or seeing these videos, if we just kind of follow this like person, how they're doing it, and if they're not seeing all the work that's happened with that individual leading up to this current, video, they're going to just really sabotage themselves. And it leaves a lot of people with so much potential walking away because they just become frustrated. So the fundamentals are crucial. If you don't have those in, if you don't understand them, if you don't know them, if you're confused about them, shoot us a DM, drop a comment below, or just find a way to really get that in, because it's going to make a huge difference. And I think sometimes it's hard for us to understand that just like simple breathing goes a long, long way. It can be like, really, that's really that important if I just sit there and do it? I literally was just watching a video on someone talking about breathing, just even when we wake up, right? We get so programmed nowadays, even in the health realms of things, right? To like maybe wake up, maybe just grab our phones, just be looking at that, rather than sitting there and maybe waking up and not doing that and going to a window or doing some great breathing exercises. That could be something us singers can most definitely, I think humans in general should be doing that because they're not utilizing their oxygen capacity. But as singers, that's going to be really important. And it actually, which is really cool, is healthy. So it's like a win-win. So I kind of went off on that there, but get your breathing in. You can start by waking up and not doing bad habits of going on TikTok. And I think it can lead people down some really dangerous roads because the comparison game and all of that nastiness that can happen with that. And rather wake up, do some really good breathing exercises, even some lovely lip rolls, and get yourself in a nice state, and then you're helping yourself vocally and healthfully. Is that how I say it? Healthfully? Yeah. All right, we'll go with that.